Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rose Psych Investigator. Hello, huh? Everybody. Oh my God, look at my makeup hands. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rose Makeup Psychic Investigator. So, guys, so I put makeup on early today. I had to like re reapply because it was quite early when I applied the makeup. So it's been an interesting day, right? And I wanted to tell you about some of the things I picked up today. And so it's been very interesting. I read many of your comments about what I said on the last video regarding some people's requests that I look into whether, the whatever abuse, whether somebody has experienced abuse or whatever, like it, and how I said that it's very dark. It's a very dark energy, and it's also an invasion of privacy. Unless the person has spoken, I don't think it's up to me to, oh, she, right? I said this before, but today I had this really. It's been very weird energetically. I think for most of us, we have discussed this on and off. And earlier today, I just also had this weird foreboding feeling about, not about anything, but just a feeling. And I had these, now I'm more than ever. I use a lot of crystals, and in a way, and I think with that, and I think also working with Karina, I've learned because I'm highly articulate and very cerebral, I guess. And Karina, I've learned from her, right? She's much more, I guess, instinctive, much more about the vibes than the words, maybe. But I've noticed, right? So I've learned to notice more and more. And I don't know if it's because I didn't notice before that I would pick up on a lot of things. Like I wouldn't, a lot of stuff that I wouldn't get these random things in my body, not like Karina, but we just talked about it, right? But today I just had this weird feeling and I don't know. And I'm like, what the hell? And again, with the crystals, right? Crystals is really good because it kind of, I don't know, retunes you. And so I just picked up this feeling of like, what is it? And it was almost like this fear kind of feeling. I'm like, and then because I had these crystals in my hands. I kind of got this message to just keep shining the light on this, hold on to the light, and step away from this sensation and project the light onto it. And then it gave me this. So it felt like, I don't know if you've ever, I know, when you ride a wave, right? I grew up in Rio. I'm not a beach person, but some of the waves are pretty strong, and you can get, like, if you don't run, you can get like you can get hit by a wave. It's a little, it's not deadly because the waves are not that huge, but it's unpleasant. So that was the feeling of like you're kind of riding this wave, and you have to, just as long as you don't despair and you don't like, it's okay. And that's what it felt like. Okay, this feeling of like, get this that light always, and sit with the uncomfortable feeling. And so after this earlier today, I realized these two things. One is that it's possible that the discomfort that we're feeling is this darkness that is leaving Earth right now. It really feels like all of this, like Epstein stuff and this Trump being exposed. It's that we're starting to feel like, how many, okay, for example, when you cook and you have, I said that one time I used this example, you have the stuff that you have to remove from the soup or whatever. Someone said it's actually called a slime, right? It's like it's that discomfort of a thing that is being removed. Okay. And we can't look away. It is uncomfortable. But if we choose to take the active position, right, where we project the light, it doesn't hit us the same way. It just, at least to me, and that's what it's feeling like. So one thing is this feeling that is abandoning from the bad people, kind of dissolving, weakening, and all the other one, and related to the victims, of Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein and others that we don't know yet about, um, is this feeling of shame that we can witness their shame. Because I think the darkest emotion, the human emotion, is shame. Is that women are shamed, and when you listen to the victims and their stories, that's what you get from it, how they were shamed, and they carried the shame with them all this time, that they were manipulated. This is the thing. This is why this woman, William Maxwell, she's a disgusting monster. She fooled the girls into feeling safe, and then she would do these things to them. And it was done in a way that it was not consensual. It was not consensual. It was not discussed. It was explored, which is awful, as we know. But the thing is that, so what I'm saying when I said that I didn't want to look into, I don't want to invade the privacy of people. But for the victims, we can sit, because we consider the discomfort, we can sit with their shame and help dissolve their shame. Because ultimately, that's what it is, right? It's that they're denying the truth about the women who have been through this. They are invalidating them, right? They're saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter whatever you say, we can make up some story." And and women have historically and since forever been carrying the shame of the crimes that were committed to them, on them. Okay, so it's like we can sit and hold them through their shame, so that the shame is dissipated and they are loved no matter what, right? because because that's the ultimate, right? That's the ultimate thing that we are doing here and now, right? Is to let's observe. It's not that we, like I said, it's not that we have to revel on the darkness. Oh, what details? Almost like this is what I was saying, that I find very uncomfortable, is when people want to know as if it was like a gossip magazine. How many, who are, it's like, it's not for us to know. What we can sit with is their shame, their pain, right? We can observe it, we can witness from a distance. And as we do that, we help dissipate it, the weight that they carry. Okay. And at the same time, like I said, it's this feeling of like that the bad people are losing power. They are, and I was like, wow, this is the legit feeling from trash. This is like they're no, it's not me. No, no, no. It's like they're, so this is what is interesting, right? As soon as darkness comes and it's exposed, he wants to show it's not me, it's not me. No, it's them, it's them, it's them, it's them. Because it's him. He's caused it. He is the criminal. He's the perpetrator, and he has bragged about it when in tapes, in the writing to Jeffrey Epstein, right, in the book and everything. He met multiple instances, videos, and such. So okay, and it's weird. And I was thinking the person that I said was likely a troll that was like, oh, we'll watch this, the cousin or whatever, the niece or something. And I'm like, and like I remember clicking on it, and the first image just says Bill Clinton, and I'm like, okay, Bill Clinton is part of it, yes, but it's not about the, like, I think ultimately this is not about, it's about the victims. Okay, because I think there's still a lot of like a lot of effort to like make it like, how do you say it, to make it about the specific politician that was with these girls or was not with the girls. I think this is it's like, this is what the business was, right? I think that the guy ran a business of compromise. One, part two, and this is why he was able to stay alive and to stay in power for so long. But ultimately, it's about their stories, and it's about giving strength to them and believing them, which we all do. And because, and not only it's beyond faith. Now there's plenty of proof. You don't have to, right? There's evidence, tons and tons of evidence. So much so that Ghislaine was convicted. So so basically, it's this is the situation, right? Is that we're dealing with these feelings of all of this. And I think eventually, I don't know how or when, the compromise situation has to be exposed. And the men, I think this is, eventually, who knows? This has to be a crime to blackmail people. And I think also for people who have high responsibility positions, there should be laws that say you have to immediately like tell the authorities if you're being blackmailed. There shouldn't be this thing of like, oh, they like, you know what I mean? That people will go get money from them, whatever that is. They're going to destroy their lives, whatever. That's not the point. The point is like blackmail should be vigorously fought, right? So that the industry of abuse, right? Because it's one on the one hand, there was a guy who was enjoying himself doing these horrible things to girls, and so was Ghislaine Maxwell. And on the other part was that he would invite these men to these parties, and they would be filmed without their knowledge. And then they remember he got all these mentions from all these men. For this is where his money really comes from blackmail. So it's a very interesting time that we're living in, and we're dealing with the kind of like this like demonic animal who happens to be the current president, right? He's melting away, and it's painful because all the painful history is melting away with him as well. Okay, um, and justice finally will have to be done as the country is collapsing, right? And it's just like, and this is what privilege is really about, right? When they can collapse the entire country because they're entitled to committing all these horrible crimes and getting away with it. That's the price, right? So if there's a good in all of this, it's this it's that we're at it. We're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of this, all of this system falling apart, collapsing. I really feel it. I really feel that we're in the middle of it now. And so I put a lot of makeup on, right? Because it's a intense subject. So, all right, okay. So stay strong, all y'all. And when we feel this discomfort, face it. Don't run away from it. Face it, and ask the light to guide you through it, because we're all by staying in this spot still with light, we're making the world a better place in our own private way. Okay. So that's that. That's what it feels like. They can't stop it. Everything is going really fast. And this is the end. My only friend, the end for trash. This is a trash. My only garbage can. This is the end. My only garbage can. Okay. So this is it. So end of the thing. Just a little speech here. Okay. So what is happening this week? Let's just ask. I kind of, there's so much going on, right? There's a Pam Bondi and Don Bongino or whatever. Where the point is that let's see what's going on. Just what's happening. Wow, I see. Remember, I don't know what cartoon it was. It was Looney Tunes, I think it was. They had the what is it, the Tasmanian devil that like ran through. That's, but at least the Tasmanian devil was kind of funny. There was like a charm to him. This guy, he's just collapsing, and that's what it is. And it's interesting because I get into these rabbit holes, and I was listening. I recommended that documentary, and then I'm listening to this audiobook about, and it's a point in the audiobook where Robert Maxwell it's like his businesses are collapsing. He created this whole BS about his companies and his facade, and there's no way out for him. So it looks like, honestly, I do think he could have killed himself, because for various reasons, because he just couldn't come up with the money that he needed in order to save the business. So for him, it's easier to like fall into the sea. I mean, he had physical signs of somebody who had very serious terminal heart disease, but it all kind of connected, and like he couldn't. So this is the equivalent of Trump, except that Trump, I don't think he's suicidal. I think he's gonna want to destroy the world. This is the thing, right? Before he goes, but he's not gonna succeed. I don't know. God is with us. The light is with us. Okay. And we have power. We have light with us. Okay. So let's see what is coming up here. Let's see what's happening this week. Let's see. Three cards. See what this new Merlin magic here. Alchemy, justice, balance. Woo, really? The Raven, magic, coincidence, synchronicity. Really? The horse, accept help. Who? We have who has help? We have help. Like maybe there's a lot of the high priest, so that's us, right? Hey, except that I don't have red hair, but I think have you seen this woman around? Love is yeah, that's true. Love, love is save us. It will save us. The swan transforming. Like things are going to transform. The country transforming. But first, we get to the bottom. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, I just see again Trump spiraling, and they're trying. I see that they're going to come out with this idea, not the idea, this pardon ish, but it's going to be a total uproar, and they're going to have to backtrack. It's going to be a mess. And have you noticed that that woman, she has a cornea problem? Oh no, I can't see. It's funny the eyes. I no, I can't see. I'm sorry, I'm blind now. I'm blind. Okay, by the way, I'm not making fun because my family has glaucoma, so people, I have had blind people in my family. It's not funny, but what I'm saying is like the excuse is like, no, I can't see it. I can't. I'm sorry. What? I can't read. What? I'm sorry. I have really terrible vision. I can't. I can't see anything. No. What? I can't. I have to. No. I'm sorry. I can't. So she has MIA because she we know everybody knows right that she herself gave Jeffrey Epstein a deal in Florida. She knows that this it's like this is how well she knows the story. She's been with it from day one. And it tells me this is why she was picked, Rosie, because she's part of the criminal organization. So and the Dom and he's saying the Bongino guy is saying that he's what was it the story is that he planted this he is trying to these are all awful people. I don't care. One is maybe a little less awful than but they are all like very high on the awful scale. But they try to like I look like a drunk person trying to oh yeah like I just came back from the bar. Don't drink by the way. So but it's like oh yeah 3 a.m. Yeah. So anyway, so interesting. That's right. It's him, and I see they start to blame each other. No, I didn't do it. And Bunjan's like, no, she did it. She did it. She knows. She knows. Because they don't want to be blamed, and they know this is how it works, right? They start creating stories about people, and it's saying they're rats on a sinking ship. Okay, so and it's saying total chaos over there. So just hold on to our chairs, and when we feel the discomfort, send a light. Okay. So, and with that, I think I'm gonna end here, really, because that's just a message for the week. It's interesting. I'm not even looking at specific things, but I think it has to be said because today, like I said, it was one of those days where it really is very vibrational and energetic more than a specific thing. It's almost like it feels like a forecast, but of the weather, right? Intense emotions, intense turbulence, but hold on to the center, and we shall overcome this. This too shall pass. And there was not I don't know anything about astrology. I say this, but I read somebody on Twitter, astrologer, saying that this configuration is likely to last until August 23rd. So it's going to be intense until, and then transformations are going to come into this world after that. So it makes sense. It makes sense that it's close. We're very close. Wow, it's giving me an image that is long. So I lived in Paris in the year 2000 when it's like a long time ago, for a year, 1 year. and there was a that there then there was a hurricane in the middle of, it was like New Year's New Year's Eve or the year, because I was with my parents were going to go to Portugal for New Year's, and I remember we left to go to the train station because we took a train. So we took a train. No, it was kind of far. No, we flew, but we had to take the train to go to get to the airport. And I remember like holding the waking up in the like really early in the morning. There was like, oh, and all this like tables flying, and then holding the windows. And then we left the apartment, and there was like all these trees, like on the street, and it was like, well, what happened here? And then it's like, so we're in the middle of this hurricane, and we're holding tight, but there's debris afterwards. There's a cleanup, but then there's peace. So here, that's the way we are. Okay, so it was a monologue today. Okay, but interesting answers. All right. Okay, so stay strong, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.